I don't really know how to start off this video other than I feel alone. I know what it feels like to be alone. I lived in it constantly. Some nights when my parent was never there, she always worked. Growing up, my family got divorced and stuff like that. But I have always felt alone. But that's why I kind of turned to video games. Video games were fun at the start. I remember being a kid and playing Skate 2 for my first ever, one of my first video games that I actually started playing. And I remember my brother was like, Brandon, he's like, he told me, he was like, get off the fucking video games. I'm like, but I was just addicted. I don't know why. I think it's because of the lack of attention I got from my dad. I think it's from the lack of attention I got from my parents, both of them, back when they were just working constantly. My mom being I'm not gonna tell you guys what she does, but my mom being what she does, she works a lot of hours. So every time I would come home from the bus, I lived in the country, so I wasn't able to hang out with friends. So I would literally come home. I wouldn't even do my homework, which is horrible. I was so depressed. I wouldn't even do my homework. I would just go straight to video games, and that was like my escape from, I guess, reality. Because I remember going to high school. High school was horrible for me. It was not fun. I remember people pushing me on lockers. I remember people calling me names, horrible names. I can't even like tell you the names on here because they're just that bad. But that was so I would basically just come home and play video games. It was like my escape. I remember just playing Grand Theft Auto 5 all day. I remember playing NHL 15, 16, 17, 18 all the way through. And also NBA 2K 16. I think my first NBA 2K was NBA 2K 16. When I bought that, it felt awesome because I wasn't good at basketball, but I was good at that game. And that game, it was like I always loved basketball, and now I can play it and get good at it because I am still a nerd. I did get good at basketball for a bit, but I am a nerd at heart, so I just love video games. But getting back on track, I remember being good at NBA 2K, and I was like, it was like such a thrill because like I don't know, you could create your character, you could go into the Nike store and buy all this Nike, you could get some Jordans. And then I never did wear Jordans in my high school years because I wore some Air Forces once, and they were kind of rare Air Forces, and my friend made me take them off and trade with him, and I got some like trash ass shoe, and it was just wasn't fun. But video games just helped me out through life. It was it was the escape of reality. Like once I played the video games, like all those thoughts, all those memories of just that era or whatever, just they just go away. But even still, when I was in that era, it was just it was just bliss. Just playing GTA, playing GTA back in the day was amazing. Now, I can't wait for GTA 6, but GTA back in the day, I have literally a year spent on GTA. It was by far the most fun I've ever had. Um, I don't know, and just but I'm getting off track now. And I never did really have any online friends. I had a few online friends, but they weren't actually my friends, so it was weird. So I don't know. But then later on in life, and I remember I didn't have any friends to begin with. I remember my brother's friend and other people would be like, Do you have any friends? Like, where are your friends?" And it was just like every time someone said that, I was like, damn, why doesn't anybody want to hang out with me? Like, am I that much of a loser? But that's why I kind of escaped to having these online friends because I was like, well, these guys, these guys don't see that I'm all acneed out. These guys don't see that I'm ugly, and they don't care. They're just my online friends, and we would play GTA all day, and we would play other games too. I don't even Destiny. When Destiny first came out, that game, I had about 800 hours when Destiny first came out. And then Elder Scrolls Online came out, and I just got World of Warcraft, and World of Warcraft is it's kind of fun. It's okay. I like it. Once I get better, it's gonna be different. But still, I remember going home on the bus and just wanting to play video games, like just wanting to grind the games, just wanting to grind it out. But I going home on the bus from high school, it was not fun. It was just like I would sit all alone on the bus. I would cry on the bus ride home. I remember the first day of high school, I got bullied. I would get pushed into lockers once again. Like the one guy would push me into lockers, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I had to stand up to myself or do whatever. But it was just not fun. But that was my high school years. But then I tried college. I dropped out of college 3 times. I tried millwright, I tried electrical, I tried refrigeration, and all those didn't work out. I felt like a failure, and I still felt alone. Nothing could change that. But then I still would go back to playing video games. I never did play Fortnite. I did play Fortnite, and I would still go back to playing video games. But then something happened. I found out that I was actually good at art. And through that, I tried out graphic designing. And I was actually really good at graphic designing. I got my marks up. My marks were really good. I started focusing again. I completed my first semester. I'm like, wow, this college thing might actually be like legit. I might actually complete college. But I would still play video. Like I remember I was in my first semester of college. And I asked my brother for the Xbox because I was too broke to have an Xbox. I didn't have a job at that time. And he's like, "Yeah, you can have the Xbox." And then 2 months later, I was still playing. I was playing NBA 2K25, and then 2 months later, he takes it away, or it might have been 24. He takes it away. I'm like, dude, I just spent like $200 on my career character, and I just paid for the game, and now you're taking it away. And after that, it was like I I was like, what do I do now? Like, I still don't really have that many college friends. I don't have a job, and I'm just doing college all the time. And it was just, it was, it wasn't, it just didn't feel right. But at the end of the day, I got through college. I found a best friend, so I'm not alone anymore, which is good. And I'm still playing video games. It's something that I love to do, something that I'm never going to stop doing. And video games and being alone are kind of a part of my life, but I learned to see the different I learned to find the pros in every negative. So whether you feel alone, whether you feel like nothing's gonna happen, nothing's working out for you, just remember that life is difficult. But if you keep on pushing through life, you're gonna find the right people. You're gonna find the right friends. And once you get yourself back on track, then life will take a turn for the better. And chances are you'll still be playing video games. And who knows, you might just find a best friend